Hello, good evening everyone. Tonight I'll be sharing with you about the teaching methods. So this is one of the topics that I picked from Train the Terrific Teacher TEFL courses. So I hope you would learn something from this video. Alright, so let's start. So today I'll be talking in English. ကျွန်မဒီနေ့ English လိုပဲပြောမယ်နော်။နှစ်ခုလုံးပြောမယ်။နှစ်ခုလုံး English လိုမြန်မာလိုပြောမယ်။ကျွန်မဒီနေ့ညသင်ကြားဝေမျှပေးခြင်းတဲ့အကြောင်းအရာကတော့ကျွန်မ Train the Terrific Teachers တဲ့ကအကြောင်းအရာကိုကျွန်မသင်ပေးခြင်းတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်လို့ဟုတ်ပြီနော်။အဲ့တော့ခေါင်းစဉ်ကတော့ဗာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင် it's like raw Sorry, wait. It's a mindset for teachers and lecturers. Hang on. Okay, let's wait for others to come online. Okay. Okay, အဲ့တော့ကျွန်မဒီနေ့သင်ကြားမျှဝေပေးခြင်းတဲ့အကြောင်းအရာကဘာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်teachers တွေရဲ့နောက်ပြီးလို့ရှိရင်သင်ကြားနေတဲ့သူတွေနောက်ပြီးတော့သင်ယူနေတဲ့သူတွေအတွက်လိုက်နာတဲ့အချက်ကလေးတွေကိုကျွန်မဝေမျှပေးခြင်းတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်လို့ကျွန်မမြန်မာလိုပဲပြောတော့မယ်နော်ဘယ်လိုပြောရမလဲတော့ကျွန်တော်မသိတော့မြန်မာလိုပြောမှာအင်္ဂလိပ်မြန်မာလိုပြောလိုက်အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုပြောလိုက်ဆိုရင်နှစ်ခုနဲ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးအချိန်အရန်ကုန်နေမှာဆိုလို့လေ Okay, anyway. So this is the topic that I picked from Train the Terrific Teacher TEFL course. Alright. So here are the mindsets for teachers and learners that they should have. So I'll be conversing in English for tonight, okay? So if you want to learn, just learn English here as well as the facts as well. So I would be talking about this first one. Okay, so first of all, if you are a teacher yourself, or you are any of the or you are just part of the educating process, you are a teacher, you are an administrator, and if you want to know this course as well, you can also learn from here as well. So the first one is the power of keeping a teaching portfolio. So what is a portfolio? Maybe you have heard 1,000 times before, or maybe you don't. Okay. So what is keeping a teaching portfolio? So a teaching portfolio is a record of your achievements and progress as a teacher. So maybe you are a teacher from primary school or high school, or you are a lecturer or your instructor at any higher institutes that you should have, that is, you really need it for you to keep records of your achievements and your progress as a teacher. What I'm emphasizing here is you need to records of what you'll be doing for the year, and that is like a yearly plan or a monthly plan and what you're going to do. So for instance, what are your strengths in teaching, and what are your strengths in your pedagogies, means what are your methods, and what are the methods that will attract students more indulge in their studies and indulge in their listening to your lectures or to your teaching. So it's like a portfolio, a record of what you will be teaching, plus and what are your strengths in your pedagogies and your areas to improve, which is weakness, and plus and what are the innovative and creative teaching methods. Creative teaching methods for the upcoming years. So that's why you should need to have a teaching portfolio. And also, and teachers who are interested to develop their professional levels, and they should always keep a record of what they have done great so far, what they have achieved so far, and what they have done the best for their students, as well as how many of the students has been improved in what areas, and how they can keep cope up with the next lessons, and how can they prepare the best for the children, and as well as students' future. So teaching portfolio, it's a must document that a teacher should have, or educator should have. So it's like you can make a daily records, or a daily which is called a teaching journal, and what you have taught so far for the day, and how did you teach well, and what are the teaching methods that you have used for the lesson. So I'm gonna give you an example. That's how I kept records in every lessons that I've taught. Despite of how many students you have, you can do this, right? Okay. So it's like this. It's like I made a record of just like this. So I name it like this is a mirror view. So it's like teaching journal. So I just sign it. Anyway, it's just up to you whether you sign it or you don't sign it. It's up to you. So what I usually do is I would just say what I have taught for the day, and if I teach something which has a new pedagogy. It's like if it is a regular teaching pedagogy, it's like this, just regular teaching pedagogy or new pedagogy. Means if I try out any new methods, to any class, then I would just write it down, and also I would just write it down how it's so effective to the students, and how they have become more advanced and keeping up well and digesting well with their studies after I try out this new teaching methods. That's how I did it. So it's like I would just state a reasons that by doing this, blah blah blah. So for such if I give you an instance, I ask the students to make an impromptu presentation in the class. So in a way, so why I did this, everything I ask the students to do in their lessons, that must give some valuable for the ongoing development in their lessons and also in the learning. So I would just say by doing this, they gain more confidence presenting in front of others, researching a topic on their own through internet. That would enhance or promote independent learning, as well as they obtain more knowledgeable, which covers across the world. So that's how I wrote it down. So this is and I keep it with a date, and plus a date and such instance. Okay, so all right, so let's move on to the next one. So the first one is keeping a teaching portfolio. Right? I'm not going to finish all the causes for tonight. I would just randomly go through the important facts that are beneficial for you. All right? So if I have to go exactly as a teaching portfolio, and I would just say you should keep a teaching journal, and also you should write all about yourself and your teaching philosophy. And then also, it also should include the workshops and training that you have attended, just to enhance your teaching skills, and also what are the skills, the progression of skills that you are going through right now, and also lessons, observations, and lesson plans, assessments, and as well as professional development action plan, and your personal interest in your teaching. Okay, so the next thing is, after you kept a teaching portfolio, if you are a teacher and educator, what you should do is you should keep a learning partner. It is really crucial. Why I say so is that everything you do, you need a learning partner to upgrade you and to promote you in many ways, and to exchange your ideas. You can also brainstorm with your partner. So you should keep a learning partner. Even if you are a teacher, you should learn always, plus you should need to have a learning partner. So why this is because okay, just don't mind about my 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 clothes basket, okay, just because I'm doing this live in my room, so just ignore it. Okay, so humans are social animals and we often learn best from others, so we would like to encourage you to find a learning partner if you haven't had one yet. And the person could be someone who has the same experience as you, or someone who has more experience than you, or maybe someone who has been teaching in the same fields for many years. So you should have a learning partner. Just please don't mind that I don't speak Burmese today. Okay, I would do it for the next round. All right, tonight is just specially for English speaking attendees. Wow. Okay, all right, so, and other details that I have to break it down why you should have a learning partners is that you would have supports, and also advices, and also challenges, and plus you will have someone else to listen to, and you could also have someone who would celebrate your achievements and failures together with you, and also to be improving and sharpening one another, and also improving one another, and able to learn someone else failures and learn from them. Also, you be able to ask feedback from your partner. Well, so that's why. So if you must be a good learning partners, I would just quickly share with you, you must respect each other. Okay, respect the differences, respect the diversity, respect their assortment mixtures among your colleagues, and plus you got to listen to your partner without any judgment. So if, let's say, if your partner gives you feedback about your teaching or teaching methods, before you reply and before you respond to this, listen carefully whether this judgment is rational, or this judgment is something that you really need to improve, or something that is really being critical by your partner. You can confront and tell your partner about it, and also you can collaborate and value learning from each other, right? And also you can provide a space to discuss with your partner, or if you have something to talk about with your partner, just be in touch with your partner, just gather in a room or on a table, just get down and then talk heart to heart about it. And also you help each other to become the best teachers and making the best out of everything. And also you bring the best out of your partner, and also plus your partner will bring the best out of you. Okay, all right, I'm not gonna tell every details of it, because this is just the gist that I've been taking out from the Train the Terrific Teacher course that I will be conducting as a 2-day course in the future. So it's just one of the causes that I picked it out that will be beneficial for you, and I believe. All right, so if you are a good learning partner, it's best that your partner has to be experienced, but it's okay if your partner is someone who is new to the field. You just draw this person closer to closer with you, so that this person will be able to learn something better. And plus, if you are someone who is new to the field, you can ask yourself, how can I be better, and how can I get better in teaching, how can I get better in teaching methods, and also in pedagogies. It's the same thing as pedagogies. And also you have to decide who will be your learning partner. It doesn't matter this person is new to the field, as long as this person is qualified in academics and also willing to learn together with you heart to heart, then it's interlocking with each other, and then you will be able to promote the scenic learning experience plus the teaching experience that you will ever have with your partner. So you must find a good learning partner. Okay, so we have done with two things. The first one is you need to have a teaching portfolio, which I have showed you, like a teaching journal that you should have if you're a teacher. Don't just go on by your day without having you being recorded in the teaching journal. Okay, and the second one is you need to have a good learning partner. Okay, and these are the characteristics that a good learning partner should have. Someone who has to be approachable, someone who is motivated, someone who is encouraging. Of course, if there is any crisis, if you are teaching something goes wrong, and if someone or some parents got complained about your teaching, that you will be encouraged through your partner, and also someone who is conscious. It means someone who is sensible about your needs and sensible about your teaching and sensible about your learning, and plus someone who is determined to be with you no matter how the crisis hit you in any way. Okay, another one is someone who will keep you on track with your progress. So someone who is willing to ask you how is your teachings getting along, and how is your days getting along, and also how is the how are you improving well in your teaching, plus, and how is your syllabus going on, and how you're going to give it a try to the new curriculum, and what is your new pedagogies, and what my new pedagogies is, how he or she wants to share with you. The next one is a good listener, someone who listens to you carefully. Okay, and then also the next one is someone who is responsible to be your partner, to be able to act as a scaffold. Scaffold means someone who would support you in every way so that you will be a great learning partners to each other. All right. Okay. Right. Okay, next one that I want to teach you tonight is about okay, now I'll be talking about how do you approach learning, and how do children you teach tackle new challenges. So three mindsets that students usually have. The first one is a fixed mindset. Two. The first one is a fixed mindset, and the second one is a growth mindset. So how can we use this to maximize the learning potential in the children or the students we teach? So how many mindsets children should have, or even we have, is the first one is a fixed mindset. How to spell fixed? F-R-X-E-D, fixed mindset, and a growth mindset. So what are the fixed mindset and growth mindset? So the fixed mindset is that I cannot do. By hook or crook, the person will say, I cannot do. Even someone teaches me, and even someone teaches me with 1,000 ways to learn one particular subject, I don't know what to do. And it's just like someone who closed their heart, and who's closed their mind, and who closed their brain, that I don't know what to do, and I would not be able to do it no matter what. So it's called a fixed mindset. It's like I cannot do it. And it's someone who will say, I don't like to be challenged, or I like to stick what I know. I don't want to know more. So if you are a teacher, and if you are an educator, if someone who gives you feedback about your teaching, and also if someone asks you to learn about or to learn about something for the enhancement of your teaching, then you must be willing to accept and make a change in your teaching, because as the teacher and as the educator, we are the key in distributing the knowledge. And if we are distributing the knowledge not in the right way, that who would affect the most and who would has the great impact or negative impacts, that will be our students, the students who is the next generation of our country, the next generation of the people. So we need to be really cautious about what we have and what we're going to receive, and we need to be always willing to take feedback. And the feedbacks, when we take the feedbacks, we shouldn't take with the hearts, because some feedbacks could be harsh. So we just have to take a view from the professional point of view that, okay, this is how it should be, so I would just stick to it, I would just learn from it, and that's it. You're not going to put it into your heart, because they are not your boyfriends or girlfriends, or you're not your spouses anyway. I mean, just I'm just giving you an example. So, and these are the people who, if I referring back to the thing that I'm saying, it's about fixed mindset. It's like, I cannot do, I cannot. So it's about fixed mindset. Okay, so what about growth mindset? Okay, okay, for the fixed mindset, the opposite to fixed mindset is growth mindset. It's like growth means someone who is willing to learn more and more, willing to be taught, willing to be corrected, and the person will say that I'm going to try my hardest today. It's like, I'm gonna put 100% effort in my teaching and my learning, and I can. Of course, if I cannot solve this, I know there must be a way that I can solve it, and what else can I learn? And this person will say that there is always room for improvement, and I will be able to do it even better. But how? How can I do it? How can I do it to make my learning better? How can I do it to make my teaching better? And what kind of approach that I can do so that my students will be able to learn faster and being more efficient and more effective in their learning and in their studies. And this person will not be afraid and terrified to try a different way, and also ask a teaching partner to help to make the lessons more cohesive and coherent and better. And also, if there's something goes wrong, and you will go back to the beginning and start from where he or she has let off, and keep on doing. And also always looking out for the students' needs, and what are the necessities that should be delivered in the class. So that's how the growth mindset. Okay, how long have I been talking? So these are the 3 topics that I have just taught you so far. Is it useful for you? Or it isn't? Alright, just hang on. Okay, now right now I've been talking for how many minutes? Half an hour already. Half an hour plus. So these are the 3 topics that I taught you today. So I want to ask you a few things while you just listened, and while you were staring at me, and just some of you have been giving me like buttons and love buttons. So I want you to ask questions, any questions, whether it's related to this or whether it doesn't. I want you to ask a few questions. You don't have? Alright, so let's go for a recap for tonight. So the first one is, if you are a teacher, you should keep a teaching portfolio. And so the second one is, you should have a teaching partner. Okay, so a teaching portfolio should contain about yourself, your teaching philosophy, and the workshops and skills that you having upgraded yourself, and what are the evidence of change and progression of skills, and your lessons observations, and your lesson plans, and your assessments, and plus your professional development action plan. And also, if you are a teacher, I want you to end this live video with this. If you're a teacher and educator, I want you to learn all the time, okay, and read books as much as you can. Learn all the time. Learn anything you come across, and there are many free online courses. You can be keeping up with yourself, and you can be upgrading yourself, and that's how you can learn. So don't give yourself an excuse, where can I learn right now, because everything has been closed down. If there is a will, there is a way. So keep yourself motivated. We need motivation right now, right? Keep yourself motivated with learning, and plus try to keep yourself occupied with a lot of things, making yourself upgraded in this time. And this is a time that you need to learn new skill, maybe trying to pick up a new skill before you haven't been touched for a long time. Okay, all right. Okay, so I have taught you about 3 things tonight. I'll be continue teaching you with the next 3 topics next week. Alright, right now it's a time to answer some of the questions that been thrown at me. Okay, it's just one question, I guess. How to survive fake people? Fake people means someone who pretentious, someone who pretend when I meet them. Well, simple suggestion is that I would say that a lot of people that we meet, and passerbys or pedestrians, someone who we meet everywhere, I think, including us, we are not pretending, but we don't really review who we are all the time, right? So it doesn't mean that it's fake, but I would just say that you don't need to do anything. You just be yourself. And if it is fake people, just I would just say that you just be yourself. Be true to them, even though they are fake. They are acting pretentious to you, towards you, and acting what shall we say, acting, pretending like you are their friends, or in fact they are not, behind the back. But what I would just say is that honesty is always the best policy. So for me, I would just be true to myself. For you, just true to yourself, and be true to them, and be honest to them. And if someone fakes at you, doesn't mean that you have to fake it back. Just be true to them. That's all. It's simple as it is. And you don't need to deal any of them. Just be true to them. And then because you cannot just change someone else's behavior and someone else's patterns of the way they treat you, but what you can control is the way you reply to them, the way you respond to them, the way your behavior patterns that would matter the most. So it doesn't matter whether it's fake or not. It's just really doesn't shouldn't concern. And then you just be yourself and true to them. That's how you should respond. That's all. Because for me, it's like, it's not my for me, I would just say it's not my my right to say, or it's not my position to disposition myself to say that whether this person is faking at me or not. But as long as your conscience is clear, as long as you're conscientious. Okay, conscientious means something you can discern whether it's right or wrong to yourself. As long as it's you are you don't have a guilt over yourself, then it's not no need to concern about it. That's called poker face. Someone who has something in their mind but acts different things on the face, and that's called poker face. Okay, I guess I answer your question, Nini. Any more questions? If there are no more questions, then I'm going to end this live video. If you still have any questions. I guess no questions. Alright, Yuri, or good night. Yeah, good night, sweet dreams. And thank you so much for watching. And of course, again, God bless you. This time we will say God bless you profusely in every area of your life. And God loves you so much too. Have a lovely night. Bye.